Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Sherry, and today I am going to do a Christmas card using Gummiapan's Born Door, this twig wreath, the little bucket. These were separate, so was this, but this came with the Advent last year, these little sprigs of branches. And this was a freebie from Color Me Nordic with Gummiapan's goodies. It's a little tack, and I'm going to use the wheel off of the bicycle. I'm going to do something with this to create a Christmas scene. And also water I'm going to use for the background. So let me get started here. I cut some pieces out already. I just wanted to show you what I used, and so that way you understand how I got the pieces all together. I just received this Born Door, which I really think is cute. And the pail I had gotten, I just didn't get to use it, and I thought I really liked it, so I'm going to try using it now. I'm going to put my things back on the mat here, and then we will go from here. Okay, so my intentions are to make a 5.5 by 4.25 Christmas card, and I cut out these things already. So this is Mintay Christmas Blessing. I love their papers, and I thought this was really cute. And then the little wreath came out of these little cutouts. I just went and fussy cut that to show you what I want to do with that. I cut a strip, it's about 1/2 inch, and I made it the length because I'm going to do a landscape looking card. And since this is born wood, that's what I wanted to follow the theme of, along with the pail and the little sprigs and everything. So let me get started by first, I want to add a little color around the edges on this backing. So I'm going to take my Distress Ink Vintage Photo, and with my dauber, I'm just going to go around the edge to give it more of an antique look. I like doing this because I don't know, it just, I like the look of it. It makes it dimensional, more old, worn out look, I think, than just the stark edges. And if you layer it up with backgrounds on the back too, it really helps, you know, make it pop up, I think anyways. And this is how I usually am, and I never know what turns out. So if we have some boo-boos, you get to see my boo-boos too. Okay, so I cut out a black and a brown door. I mean, I kept debating how I was gonna do this, but I think I'm going to go around the edges with this also, because I'm gonna layer it up. I'm gonna make it a little thicker than it has to be. And to be truthful, this is probably going to have watercolor around it. And see, I'm just gonna layer that up on there. I might just glue that together right away and just offset it just to this way to cast a shadow. So I like putting my pieces together before I actually put them on the card stock. That way you can see what it looks like and you can move it around better. And I'm going to add my shadows too. I'm not going to put it all over the glue because, and it's just going to be maybe like 1/8 of an inch, like this. Maybe I should bring it down this way instead and over. Like that, because that's creating more of a thickness and everything. Okay. And I have it kind of imagined the way I want to put it on the card. And what I want to do is take this and make it look like snow on the ground. So this will emboss it. And like I said, it's about 1/2 inch. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm just going to run it maybe to the top here a little bit. And should use more of a flatter folder. Like, this ain't real flat, but it will work. And I'll just use my diamond press marquise. And if it runs off, it's fine, because I want it to, I guess it does cut a little bit because this press is pretty hard. So you can see now it's starting to look like snow. So I'm going to take this piece down here and run it through again. This has a lot of pressure. That's why the marquise, sometimes it's better to just put it, see, it did cut it. But that's fine. I'll fix it. Maybe. Maybe not. Before I used a rubber mat. Maybe that will look okay though, like that too. I just have to straighten it a little bit like this because of the pressure of the machine. See that? And even though it's water, it will make it look like snow. And actually, I could use this behind here. See? It's waste not, want not here. Okay. So I'm just dry laying this. I gotta stretch this a little bit, like stretch it out to make it a little straighter. I'm just bending it a little bit like this so I can get it to fit. And whatever's hanging over, if it's hanging over, once I glue this down, we'll be okay. So I'm just gonna keep this like this. And we're gonna go back to this. So what I'm going to do is take this and my block, and I'm gonna paint with it with my watercolor brush. And I'm gonna go down like this. You don't need that much, but just showing you. And I'm just gonna follow these cracks like this. And it casts like a little shadow that you have, that you would have on the barn door. And it's okay if it goes a little bit, because it's gonna lighten up a little bit too. I'm just following the lines that they have. These dyes, I keep going over and over, but the detail on these are so amazing. I mean, it's just remarkable. It's like following a coloring book. So easy to do. And it creates beautiful work. And barn doors, you know how they are all, this is what makes it cool looking, rough and old looking. And that's what I'm trying to create here as I'm doing this. Rough and old looking barn door. And it gives it a watercolor look also. And then I'm gonna, for the handle, I'm gonna try to get my silver marker and make it look with a handle. I could do it with black, but I think the silver will finish it off too. Being in my craft room creates my happy space, or being on our e-bikes is another place. Peaceful, being out in the wilderness just makes me feel better. Everything that's happening in the world is very sad times, and I'm just trying to keep myself busy and hope and pray that things just become, I can't say what is normal because I don't know what is normal anymore, but it just helps to travel my mind somewhere else. And I'm not really squeezing any water in here. I'm just picking up that color and touching it down on the paper, the cardstock. And this is just regular brown cardstock. I have this this is metallic, so I'm just gonna touch this here. See how to make it to look like a handle, and it brightens it up. You don't need much. Just gonna clean that off. Clean my brush off. So my door, I think I have the way I want it, except for maybe I'm going to touch it with a little bit of white gel paint. And this is size 8. So I'm just going to go in here and maybe go in here like this too. And this helps add more dimension on it too. Not a lot, but it just highlights it. I think so anyways. And when you're creating, your mind just goes anywhere. Mine does anyways. There we go. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to glue this piece down first, and I'm only gonna glue on the edge here because I might want to tuck the door and the little bucket. So I'm just gonna go down here to get this flattened on here and lay it flat. try to keep it in line with that paper, because from all the pressure of putting the dye down, it has made it warpy, but that's fine, like I said. And you know, honestly, it looks like the snow blew this in, or the wind blew the snow all different ways. But now that I got that straight, I'm good. And I want to put the door, see how I didn't, I want to tuck this, that the snow is like underneath the door a little bit. Like that. But I'm not going to glue that yet because I don't know if that's the placement I want. And then I have this that I was going to flip around and tuck in here too, because I want to tuck that underneath. I don't know exactly how yet. I want to tuck it. But now we're going to go on to the bucket. So I want to make the bucket look like it, to make a Christmas tree. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this silver again and give it a little handle in the silver. I'm going to clean this up then. And then I'm going to take my earth brown. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in it with the light brown all over it. Then I'm going to take my medium brown, and I'm just going to go in here because this is sort of like the inside of that handle. I'm going to go again. And then I'm going to take the dark brown and go back at the handle again. And then go along the edge here, because you want to make it look like it's round, keeping the center light. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my light brown and go completely across everything again. And take the dark brown one more time and go in here and along the edge of this, like that. And that was my handle. And for the bucket, I want to create an illusion of it being metal, but dark. So I was thinking that I want to take this diamond press and I'm going to take this silver and I'm going to dab this on here like this, and I'm going to spritz this a little because it's water soluble. I just got to look for my water here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it like this and put this in here like this. And see how it's like making the bucket. I might be able to do better if I would brush it too. Like this. See how to create the roundness of this bucket. And I'm trying to like keep it round, going around like this. I think this worked out better than spraying it. And all I'm doing is just brushing it across. And I want to make the ends really darker. Like this. Might have to go a little bit in here. There we go. I guess this isn't water soluble. It's more, what is this? I don't know. I think we're going to have to use rubbing alcohol to clean this off like this. It's more like an alcohol. Probably because of I can emboss with it too. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. This is rubbing alcohol. Just clean off with it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take this and glue this handle down. Just tipping it. Need my tweezers. My fingers are not cooperating as well. This. But I want to keep the roundness on it. Okay. Okay, so now what I want to create is a little Christmas tree. I cut out 7 of different shapes. Well, 3 and 3, and then 1 of the same one. But I want to make sure that it will fit in the bucket. And the way I usually lay them out, I told you I glue afterwards. So I might glue this one together first. And I'm on my silicone mat, so. And I'm pretty sure I want it that tall because I'm going to, this has a little tuck spot, and I want to tuck that in there like that. Matter of fact, I can tuck that in there now. Like that. And I'm going to just fasten that right away. That's my start of my tree. Then I need a little branch. So this is where you're going to be using your mind with creating, snipping branches. So we're going to take this one here. And there's no right or wrong. Trees do not grow a certain way. They grow all different ways. So this is the way I'm creating this one. And see, I can use this branch for here. And hopefully by the time I get finished, it will look like a Christmas tree. I'm hoping anyways. And I'm going to use a longer one out here. So I'm just going to dab it in the center here for me to take it out here like that. And then I'm going to take this one and go like this. Maybe I'll do this one a little shorter. Or do I want to take it? Yeah. I'm going to take it like this. I might trim this one just a little bit. And take that in here like this. And these were my scraps from that I got from the Dollar Tree that I told you that I buy whenever I see them. And I just like the look of them. My tree looks a little sick there. Hold on. I think I might have to take this one down. Let's take this off right about here. Like that. And then I need another branch. Maybe I'll take it up here like this to make that look like it's straggling onto the top. And let me pick this up. Should take one in the back here yet. Oops. Maybe I want to take it this way. I gotta lay it down here. I'm going to take a little bit of this off. And I'm going to dab this here. Try to figure out if I want to lay it in here like this. Or put it down here. Kind of looks good there. Okay, let's do that. Okay, now, whoops. Put the tree there. Tuck it in the snow. Snip this so it's not so pointy. There we go. Now I'm going to take the wagon wheel and I want to snip off, because it's held in every so often, but I want to keep the I gotta feel where it's okay. I can snip it here. I want to set this on top, and I just want to keep my fingers going around. And I think I have 2 more spots I have to snip it at. Yep. And right up here. I'm gonna put this way. You want to be careful when you're doing this. Oh, there's 2 snippies. Okay. Okay. So. There's a smooth side and there's a rough side. Let me make sure that I got the right one. Does it go like that? Or do I gotta flip it? Okay, it goes like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna tack a little bit of glue every so often. Till I get this piece on here. I want to layer it to add dimension onto it. And then in the back, I want to offset this. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go in the center here and tack like I did before, because hopefully that way I have it covered enough. And I just want to make a castle, like a little shadow over it, like that. And maybe you can't see it good here, but give me a few minutes. Now that little tack I got, I'm just gonna snip this off, that little tack piece, and I want this for the center of the wheel, like the hub of it, and I want to put that in there like that. And what I want to do is I want to add my white. That a little bit here and a little bit here, just to highlight it. Maybe a little snow blue in there. And I'm going to tuck that there like that. That's leaning against the tree. I like the placement of this. Now I want to put the reef on the door. I just could not make up my mind. It just seems so flat in here. And that's why I cut this out. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brown and I'm going to do one in this brown that it's light. And I was thinking maybe to do this one in a green. And I like, since I had this pear green, I know it's like a bright green, but I think this will look cute to brighten it up a little more with holiday color. So I want it to go with this one green. And this is just white cardstock that I'm using, and I want to make a couple, the layers, the 3 layers to finish it off. Okay, and this is a Mento Pear Tart, and the other color was the Vintage Photo. Okay, so I'm going to pop these out now. And I'm gonna have to pop out the rest of them. And just pop out a couple of these. This is what makes these dies so nice. They have so much fun to them and play. And that's why I love doing this with these. And then I'm just going to twist it that it's not the same and off a little bit. Like this. And put this in here like that. I'm not happy with this section here. It looks too square. So I'm just going to cut in and make my own little, try to figure it out like this. I'm going to show you what I had in mind, putting it there like that on the barn door. See? And I might cut out. Let me clean up and I'll be right back. Okay, so after looking at it, I needed something else. So I did another cutout of a, what are these called? I'm trying to think. Nutcracker with presents. I thought that might finish that off looking too. But now I don't like this green, so I'm going to remove that. And I cut out the same color for here to make sure it blends together. And I'm going to put these together so it looks better, I think. I feel it does anyways. Wait a minute, do I want to... I'm moving these around because I'm trying to figure out definitely want it like that, I think, because that just will pop it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold these because I would definitely want them like this. And I'm just going to tack this a little bit wherever this will fit the best in here. Like that. And then I'm going to tack the whole thing onto the door. Now I have to kind of judge before I don't want to put it like this. Yeah, like that. Because I didn't fasten anything yet. Remember, yeah, this was too yellowy green for that. Okay, so I know this is how I want to set it up. And like I said, this is just scraps from, and it gives it a whole new look. I don't think the tree turned out too bad. What do you think? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these off. I'm going to glue this on first to here. And ooh, before I glue it, I just saw something. This is hanging over a little bit. I need to do a snippety-doo-dah. And I'm going to lay this down like that. And now I'm going to take the door and glue it into its spot. I want to tuck it under the snow. I remember that too. Right here. I'm going to tuck it under. Make sure it's straight. I don't want it too far to the top. Like that. And then I want to tuck this snow, which I'm gonna have to trim this too. Cut that peak off. Actually, I could go like this. Okay, let's just peek that under there a little bit. We're going to cover that up anyhow. I'm going to tie that down. And I'm going to tuck this in here, over in here somewhere, close to the door. I might put some dimensions on this a little bit to create some roundness. Maybe not, because I got a lot with the tree. Okay, hold on, we'll just do it this way. Down the tree. And I'm just going down the center a little bit and tapping. Like that. Yeah, I didn't need no dimensions. Now the wagon wheel, I want it to go like this with it. This I want to bury a little bit under here. But I want to make sure that I kind of like it like that. Okay. Where was that? Here? Yeah. Right about here. And then I'm going to tuck him right under there in the snow. Oops. I have to tack this too. Going up there. Now I need a sentiment. I'll be right back because I don't know exactly what sentiment I want to put on. So hang on. Okay, so I decided I was going to use Diamond Press die tag no peeking, and I'm going to do it in this tag And gonna cut this one first. I just regular white cardstock, and I have my little melt to show you what I have planned to do with that. And what I want to do is I want to show you how I emboss with it, and I want to make sure that I have a clean stamp of it. So I'm going to use my stamp press because I'm not sure if I got fingerprints on this, and I'm going to lay it out first. So I'm going to use Merry Christmas. I have fingerprints on there. But I'm going to lay it right here. And I'm going to press it down. I just want to make sure that I have it. And I got this from Amazon. I have talcum powder in this, and I'm just going to dust this a little bit. And I'm going to diamond press gold and pat this color on and press it on first. And these are acrylic, and it needs another. That's what I thought it would need, 2 or 3, because I want the gold to pop. One more time. And I'm going to take clear embossing powder. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to set this over here. And also, before I emboss it, I want to do the edges a little bit. Hopefully this works. Around here, I'm just gonna go around, brushing it lightly. And I'm just going on the edges. To add some color onto the colored stock here. Like that. And it gives it sort of an old look also. Okay, and this is heating up right now, so I'm gonna take this and put this here for right now until I cover this with my embossing powder. I don't know where to want to pick it up ahead. Just tap in a little bit. I'm going to pick up my pancake maker. Drop it in there and you can watch the magic of it. I'm going to push this down on the heat and you'll start seeing it starting to get darker. I can see the edges here. And it's getting real shiny now. I'm going to pick this up and show you. I really wanted it to cool down, but I don't know if you can see how shiny it got. And I did not have to turn on my heat gun. It works perfect using this little no noise if you work late at night. Wake up the family. And I just love doing it this way. Makes it simple for me. Because sometimes on weekends I do late crafting and it works out great. Look at that. Oh. All right. And now it's cooled off. And I'm going to add the finishing touch to stick it right there. This I might put up on dimensionals because it can pop up a little bit. Oh my, I can't peel the paper. There we go. And there's a cute little Christmas card. Just using Gummiapan and Mintay paper and creating a country looking Christmas card. I think I need to tag this down a little bit too. Some of my snow wants to pop up. And can you believe the water turned into looking like snow? That's what I love about these dyes. Your mind is, to use them, it is limited to doing anything that you, unlimited. And I think what I would do too is, before I'm doing this, I'm gonna add a little gloss senders in here with my shimmer pen on the white one, poinsettias, just to give it a little bit of wow factor, should I say. I think that does it. I think that finished it off. So cute. Well, what do you think? From having little branches turned into a tree, and this is from the bicycle, this is the front tire, and then the Gummiapan door, and Mintay Christmas Blessing. This I got from Lena Treasures. She has it. I love Mintay paper with Gummiapan dyes. It just finishes off It makes it so finished. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed a quick little card, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day crafting. Bye-bye.